Good morning. I'm here. How was everyone? How was your weekend? What did you do? Where has Louis been this whole time? What is happening, guys? Not a lot to talk about today, except a lot. I had a great weekend. If anyone's wondering, I had a fantastic weekend. Basically just sat around and watched movies and TV shows with a wife. Very, very busy weekend. So, but the good news, holidays are over. We're done. They're out of the way. We don't have to worry about them until later this year. We're good. We have like 11 months before we have to get crazy again. So, I'm excited. I love when the holidays are over. Now Now we have to just worry about getting through the winter. The winter is going to be fun. They're saying it's going to be the hardest winter in a few years. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's great. It's been freezing cold here. I think actually today, 30 degrees right now. And I think tomorrow it's going to get up to like 35 or something stupid. But it's been 18, less than 20 degrees the last week. Every day, it's just frigid. Frigid. I hate it. I hate it, man. Not very happy with it. So, let's get over the chat. Let's see what's going on over here. Penguin, good morning. How you doing? Louis, good morning. There he is. How's RedSec? Broken. That's the answer. That's the answer, yes. Wait on that miracle update. I agree. And it should be soon. Because they're supposed to, they took the holiday break off, right? So they should be back this week, I would think, right? I mean, the kids went back to school. My daughter went back to school today. She was not very happy about it, but she went back. I'm assuming that the developer is coming back now. So that update should be middle of this month, I would think, because they can't postpone this pro tournament. I love the quotes. The pro tournament. They can't keep putting the pro tournament off. So they're going to have to fix the game, update it quickly, and then do the tournament all within this month. Otherwise, no one's going to give a shit. And all the people that were signed up, I mean, they're kind of lucky that the people that were already signed up for the pro tournament are willing to wait long enough. But if they wait any longer, these people are going to be like, you know what, I got other things to do. I have a good day. Bye-bye. I don't know. So, Louis, there is a possibility. There's a possibility that they'll fix the game. But I gave up on it. So we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you what, if they fix it and it's playing well and everything's running good and we can play without being one-shotted by a fucking pistol, I'll come back and play with you, man. Played RE4 Remake over the weekend. Good, was catching up on your Outlaw VOD. There you go. There's some things about the Outlaws game that I like. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. It does feel more like Ubisoft crap at the end of the day. There's a lot of little bugs with the game, a lot of little technical things, but there's some fun gameplay in there. And the fun gameplay is kind of what reminds me a lot of like Assassin's Creed. So it's kind of like some Uncharted with Assassin's Creed, kind of a little bit of open worldness going on. There's some space combat that I didn't really get too much involved in. So I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I don't know. Is the Steam sale still on? I know it expires today. Is it the end of today or okay? So it expires at 1 o'clock. So the Steam winter sale ends at 1 o'clock. That means that anybody that has anything in their cart, you guys have a few more hours, 2.5 more hours to make your purchases before the sale goes away. And it looks like they've chosen the winners, and we're going to look at that here in a minute as well. But that game right now, the full thing is, I think, is normally like $140. You can pick it up for $39. It's like $40, just under $40 on the Steam sale. So if you're on the fence about Outlaws, I played it last week. I did 2 of the 3 hours trials, and I couldn't. At the end of the day, I just couldn't do it. So I had a good time with the demo, but there's just, I don't know. I just can't do it. But I think it's probably more for you RPG guys and real like Star Wars nerds. I'm not that guy. I know a little bit about Star Wars. I mean, I know like the first 3 movies, but after that, everything just kind of got weird, man. Weird. Good morning, Smokey. There he is. Reckless, Smokey. Good morning. Good morning. Mark for Life. There he is. Uncle Bubbers. Good morning. How you guys doing? Happy New Year's to you. Got a sweet new keyboard and mouse over the weekend. So much more desk space now. Oh yeah, man. How do you like that Razer? I'm always trying. I've been doing research on mice because I'm going to replace my Glorious that I have here. And I mean, you go to every website's different. Like a PC Gamer's got something different than Ratings, and Ratings got something but different than Tech Upgrade or whatever. So like, I just Google like top gaming mice of 2025, 2026, whatever. And every website has a completely different list. Like very rarely do you see the same mouse on the same list, and they're definitely not in the same number. So I see the Razer. I think it's Basilisk, something like that. I've seen that on a couple different websites, but I don't know. There's no like clear winner. There's a lot of good ones, but I think it's more preference. So I don't know. I'm still doing some research. I was looking at the Logitech Geo 2X Lightspeed Hero 3. I don't know. I've been looking at a couple of them. So I ended up getting my wife a new mouse and keyboard over the weekend, and we didn't really get a chance to break it in. She used it for a little bit, but she's pretty happy with it. So she's taken care of. And then her old mouse, which was my old mouse, is going to go to our daughter. So, because she's playing with some Red Dragon thing that's heavy as hell. So yeah. But congrats, Smokey. How's it work? I mean, you feel a difference with your new equipment? I definitely felt a difference when I switched to this keyboard. Huge difference. Loved it. And the mouse that I came from, going to this Glorious D, big difference there too. But I think it's time for a new one. I'm having some issues with the scroll wheel, it seems like. It was brought to my attention when I was playing Red Sec, but I thought it was just Red Sec. But then I had an issue the other day where I'm using my mouse scroll to switch weapons. Yeah, I was in Splitgate. It does a complete 180, 360. And I picked the other weapon and then it rotates to the one I already have in my hand. So yeah, there's something wrong with it. I think it's starting to wear out. So time for a new one, dude. Time for a new one. Uncle Bubba, how you doing, man? So much room for activities. Update one of my buddies. S plays Arc. I haven't seen you stream any Arc. I like it so far. Pretty comfy. 3 thumb buttons. Wasn't crazy expensive. Yeah, I could use a few more buttons on the mouse. I would love to have, because I mean, for most games, I use that for steady aim. Sometimes I use it for like equipment. Sometimes I use it for like push to talk. I like having that on my mouse so I don't have to press any other buttons. So I only having the 2 mouse buttons on there, the 2 side buttons, I could use a 3rd and 4th. Wasn't crazy expensive. Named after the snake. Still getting used to the 65% board, but it's really nice. Oh yeah, you'll realize when it comes to gaming, you don't need the full size. You'll learn really quick that 65 has everything that you need on it. Everything. There's really nothing that you need on a full size keyboard that you can't. Yeah, but yeah, it definitely saves so much room going from a full size to a 65%er. I love it. Mark, I always forget to stream it. I'm going to start some renaming more. I wish I was streaming it Saturday night. Got killed by rat camper. Very creative kill by the rat. Yes, I raged. Now let me ask you this, Bubba. I saw over the weekend that the dev behind the Raiders of the Ark game there, they're saying that if you're hostile, then when you're doing the matchmaking, they've actually changed it so the hostile people get put with themselves, and the people that are friendlies are getting matched with themselves. So there isn't a PvE mode, but there is matchmaking that will put you into a similar PvE type gameplay. So there's that. So what the people are asking for, they're kind of compromising, which is great. There's one thing about this company that I think it's Embark or something along those lines. Bob and Bark, Bob and Barker, that they're actually listening to the community. They released a pretty solid game with hardly any issues, and they seem to be listening to the community. So good on them. Good on them. You know. So I like that they're changing things and they're making things a little nicer for you guys. They're not necessarily going to give you the PvE mode that the game is originally was, but it looks like they're kind of compromising and helping the guys that want to have a PvE experience somewhat experience that right now. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. I think it's amazing. It's not that it's changed. It's been there day one. They said it's always been there. Oh, what I read is the dev said that they just added that. So either the journalist is wrong or the other. I don't know. But that's what I read over the weekend, is that they've added that since launch because people have been wanting PvE, so they're trying to make it more But again, I don't really know because I don't really keep up with Raiders of the Ark. But yeah, I just thought that was if that's the story, that's pretty nice of them. If it's been there since day one, that good on them too. They probably should have announced it and said something about it instead of going, hey, by the way, guys. True about that. My buddy is pretty chill. Lobbies we ran were chill. You still get the rats though. Ran about 10 Raiders, had one rat kill me. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just how it is with any PvP game, especially extraction shooters. That's just how it goes. DMZ. I mean, most of us came from DMZ. Most of us played DMZ. How many times did you go to the extraction point and there is a team sitting there waiting to just kill everybody? It's just how it is, and I think that's why people want PvE. And again, this game was originally PvE, and they added PvP to it to try to add longevity to the game itself. I think they thought that if it was PvE, people would play through the story mode and then just leave, and they wanted people to retain their people. So I mean, it worked because apparently they're retaining 80%, 85% like that of their players. But Shroud had an interesting take on it. And this Peanut guy that you guys keep talking about, apparently he's the big name right now in Arc rating streamers. So Shroud was saying that this Peanut character, whoever the fuck he is the reason. He says that he's the reason why so many people are playing Arc Raiders right now, is because he's bringing in the people, because he's the big name right now. He's the big trendy streamer. So good on them. I'm wondering, because I've never heard of this person, character, kid, person, whoever it is. So I'm wondering, what do you guys? I had this thought yesterday. I've never heard of him. All of a sudden, he just pops up out of nowhere. Do you guys think that he was created by Embark? Do you think this guy was put out there basically to help push their game? I've heard of this type of stuff happening before, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. But I don't know enough about this person. I don't know anything about him really. I don't know anything about this person, so I don't know. What I do know is that supposedly, because this is what I learned from a couple of you guys and stuff, supposedly he was a streamer before, and he streamed for 4 years, and he get nothing happened. He couldn't figure it out, and then he left for a little while, and then he came back. He had a buddy of his was able to create this VTube character thing for him, so he went back and started streaming again, and it just blew up overnight. So it just kind of goes to show you, if you have a niche, if you have a something there, you can really turn your stream around. Because I mean, if that's true, because I don't know. Again, I have no idea, because I don't know anything. I've never even heard of this person until you guys started talking about this guy. He's been playing a long time. That's crazy, man. How we've never heard of this person? How we've never heard of this person? He's been streaming for a long time. So I assume the name, or his story isn't true then, that he was streaming under a different name and then he changed. And because according to that story, he just started streaming again like in the last year. Like, it hasn't even been that long, which makes me think, was he a plant? Was he put out there by the Arc Raider team to try to, I don't know. Again, I don't really know. I'm just asking, what you guys think. But no, he's been playing Tarkov for like 5 years before Arc. Okay, so that story's complete bullshit then. All right. I'm really surprised. Especially with the amount of people that they're saying that he's pulling in right now. Like, how we've never heard of this guy. I mean, thanks to some of you guys that play Tarkov, I've heard of a lot of the big names in Tarkov. I've never heard of this Peanut character ever. Like, just popped up out of nowhere. But popped up out of nowhere with millions of subscribers and followers. I have no idea. It's weird to me. So you guys have been watching this guy for years then already, and he just kind of blew up when he switched over to Arc Raiders then? Got it. You'll never hear about it if it's not in your circle. That's true, but like the numbers he's pulling in, I see a lot of the top streamers. I look at a lot of the stuff of like who the top streamers are, what games they're playing, things like that. I've never heard of this person. And again, like I know a lot of the Tarkov, because of you guys. I know a lot of the big Tarkov streamers, but again, I've never heard of this person. So either they weren't anything big before, not big enough to be on anybody's radar, and then just blew up after Arc Raiders, or they were huge and just nobody in my circle ever paid attention to them. Like if Mark, or not Mark, I don't think any of you guys play Tarkov. Like Metal Josh was trying to get me in Tarkov for a long time. Like, one of my longest running PUBG duo partners, tried to convert me to Tarkov a few years back, and I was like, nah, I'm good on that. But he was talking about like there's 3 or 4 big names in Tarkov, and I've never heard of this guy. So it'd be interesting. I need to talk to Metal Josh and see if he's ever heard of this guy before the Arc Raiders thing, just to kind of find out what's going on. There's no way this guy's been as big as he is, and I've never heard of him. Just saying, because the big streamers, their names are out there regardless of if you're in their circle or not. So I seen reels of Burnt Peanut. He's fucking hilarious. Tark is a very closed circle. Gotcha. Okay. It doesn't really matter. I was just curious. It was just a theory again because I've never heard of this person, but and I until Arc Raiders, I think a lot of you guys have never heard him because all of a sudden it's like in my chat, there's you guys are using these terms that he uses in his game or whatever. I don't know. So so you guys, I mean, he's obviously really big right now, but he probably, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're giving him too much time. Giving him too much time. He's got his own stream. Has anyone here seen the Manslater? No. Used to stream without the peanut. He took down all his older VODs when he showed his face. Yeah, okay. So that's the story. The story sounds true, but I don't know. Other people are saying it's not. So I don't know. Again, the story that I heard was that he streamed for 4 years. He didn't quite make it. He was, he struggled the whole time. He just couldn't pull it off. So he gave it up for a while. Then a buddy of his talked him into doing it again, but using this VTube peanut cartoon thing. And in the last year, he started streaming again. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. Yeah, I never heard of him before Arc. Yeah, exactly. So he must have been like a no name guy. But as soon as he, with the VTube cartoon thing, and then switching over to Arc Raiders, it was just the recipe for success. So good for him. Not many people can stream for that long, retire, quit, go do something else, and then come back to it. Because you've already put in that 4-year time. Like I've got almost 5 years in. Like this February, next month will be 5 years I've been streaming full time. 5 years. If I quit, I'll probably never come back to this again. So that's kind of a crazy success story that he quit after years of trying, didn't make anything happen, and then all of a sudden he blows up. So it's more of it's an interesting story if it's true, because some of you guys are saying no, he's just been streaming forever. So I don't know, no idea. He appeared was big news in Tark because he plays with a girl named Gingy, which is huge. I've heard of Gingy. She was playing Gray Zone Warfare for a little bit. I know a lot of the names because of Gray Zone Warfare. A lot of these guys were hired, and because of Delta Force, I ran with some of these guys because Delta Force was trying to pull Tarkov people to show that their extraction mode was legitimate, which I don't think anyone plays Delta Force anymore. So, but I've seen these people. I've been in the Tarkov circle because of other reasons. So I know some of them. I'm aware of them. Gingy, I'm aware of her because, again, Gray Zone War. Big Fry, again, is another name that was synonymous with Tarkov that played Gray Zone Warfare, which is not a extraction shooter, by the way. So I know some of these names, but yeah, never. What was his original name? Does anybody know who before he called himself Peanut? What was his name before that? Because I wish Peak was here. Peak 100% thinks this is a comedian. That's a well-known comedian, I guess, and he's 100% sure it's him. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Story about her having to pick her old friends or pick the night. How about you rebrand to Angry Snowman VTuber? I'm thinking about it, man. Seriously. If that guy streamed for 4 years, couldn't find any success, and then all he has to do is just basically it's his voice behind a cartoon character, and he blows up. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? Tim Dillon. Any relation to Matt Dillon? He's not Tim Dillon? Okay. It's definitely not the comedian you can look at their teeth. Well, Isn't it all a cartoon character? How is it? It's a cartoon character with his teeth? I thought it was just all a cartoon character, so like it wouldn't have any of his eyes and mouth are real. How does that work? How are they able to capture his mouth and his eyes if he's moving around? Wouldn't it just be the cartoon character stuff, and then it tracks his face, and when he like blinks or opens his mouth, it does that on the cartoon character? Semi bad. All right, you guys seem to know a lot more about this than I do. I don't know anything about VTubers. I just know it's people that stream, but instead of their faces, they hide behind a cartoon character. That's all I know about VTubing. But man, I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter. We're moving on. It doesn't matter. We've given this guy way too much time on my stream. He's got his own stream, guys. Anyhow, just peanut and rabbit around. That's the only way to see it. Got it. Only way to see it. Okay, I have no idea. It just seems like technology-wise, it'd be weird to have a thing that bends and moves, but you're somehow tracking the eyes and the mouth and only recording those and putting them on this entity. But I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about it. He's got to have some like cartoon programmers or something behind the scenes doing this for him or something. Works good. Should see him eat Big Macs. Either way, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to move over to the winter sale. We have 2 hours left, and we're the winners of the Steam Awards. They've been announced. So let's take a quick look at these. I have no sound. That's weird. I have no sound. It's too bad. Looks like Game of the Year goes to Hollow Knight Silksong, a game I never played. This one looks interesting, so I might actually pick this up and try this on VR if it works on my VR headset. But Midnight Walk was picked for a VR game. Labor of Love goes to Baldur's Gate 3. Best game on Steam Deck was Hades 2. Better with Friends is Peak. I've never played this game. Anyone ever play Peak? Anyone play this? Outstanding visual style went to Silent Hill F. Most innovative was Arc Raiders. Let me ask you guys, what is innovative about Arc Raiders? Can anybody, it looks like just the same, it's just kind of the same thing, just a lot of stuff kind of squished together. Like, well, I mean, most things are, but what do you guys think makes Arc Raiders innovative? What makes them innovative? What have they done? Best game you suck at is also the game of the year. It must be a really hard game then. I don't know. I don't really play platformers anymore. Best soundtrack goes to that 33 game that was stripped of its honor. Outstanding story rich game Dispatch. And I started looking into this game because I saw this recently. You play a 911 operator that's, instead of sending the first responders out, they send superheroes out, which is I think it's kind of interesting. But the gameplay is basically you just doing paperwork and taking phone calls, right? So you're basically just a desk jockey working at Stark Industries or something, which I think is great. And then sit back and relax. So there's RV there. Yeah. Now I know Smokey played this for a while. He said it was a lot of fun with friends. Is it fun co-op or is it fun solo? Because again, I don't really have many people to play with in the morning. So I was looking at this game, but there's not much of a discount on it, but from what I understand, it's like really, really fun. So I have no idea. But those are your winners there, guys. Those are your winners. You guys agree with that? Is there anything that you change on that list? Anything there? Peak is fun with homies. Okay, so it's another co-op game. Throw us with IA Learning. You can definitely play solo. Okay, yeah, but I know you could play solo, but is it fun solo? Is it a fun solo game, or is it something you're only going to enjoy with friends? Penguin thinks all are valid. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything. I don't even know what my game of the year would be. Like, I had fun. Like, I went back through, I think I told you guys last week, I went through the weekend before and I was just mopping up all the games that I could. that I've been sitting on for years. I went back and I played Avowed, which came out early last year. And I completely forgot how much fun that game was. I almost replayed the whole thing again, trying to get certain achievements and stuff. And I had a really good time with that. So I liked Avowed. I thought that was a really solid game. There were some bugs in it and whatnot, but it was one of the least broken games. And then Doom, the Dark Ages, was very different. It was a very different take on Doom itself. But once you learn how to use that shield, the game is really good. Really good. So I don't know. I think my game of the year last year would probably be Doom. Avowed would be a close second. I don't know. I mean, again, I like shooters, but we didn't really get any FPS games. Avowed, I guess you can be considered a first-person shooter if you're running the bow or the gun. Dark Ages obviously is, but we didn't really get any other FPSs during the year. We got some DLC for Indiana Jones, which was fun for the 4 hours that it ran. It was a lot of fun. But as far as like first-person shooters, we didn't get a lot last year, which is kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. It's fun solo. Okay, I might pick that up then. Dispatch gameplay is more RTS managing a team stats and the synergy. Oh, I got you. So not really for me then. Not for me. So again, if there's anything in your wish list or whatever that you guys are looking, you guys have a couple hours left, and you're gonna have to wait until the spring sale. So there you go. There you go. I don't know what happened, but I've lost all sound. Test. Do I have sound? I don't think I have sound. Does this work? Yeah, it works for you guys, but I have no sound. Aw, bummer. Either way. Well, you guys can hear me. I know you can hear me. I can see it on OBS here. I can't hear myself. I can't hear anything, which is great. I love it. Yeah, Dispatch isn't for a lot of people. The story is pretty good though. I got you. Yeah, it sounds like a management simulator, which I do in real life, so I don't need a simulator. My wife is a people manager, and she comes home and she plays people manager games like The Sims. She just loves it. She can't get enough of it. Where I'm like, you know what? I'm done with people. I gotta get away from people. The last thing I want to do is manage people, real or fake. I want to shoot people. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Oh man, I should have looked at my wish list to see what I got on there. Cleared Hot's really the only thing that I'd be interested in purchasing right now, and it's only 10% discount. Nothing big. Betamax is half off. That might be interesting. Squirrel the Gun is 65% off. God of War Ragnarok is still way too expensive for my taste. I'm not interested in that game anymore. Yeah, there's just a lot of crap in here. Zompiercer looked pretty interesting. Strange Antiquities. I'm really interested in Terminator 2D No Fate, but that'd probably be a while before that goes on sale. It just came out last month, so. Oh, Cultic's on sale, 25% off. No big deal. All right, so they got Tarkov. Hell yeah, they got Tarkov. Did you guys? Speaking of Tarkov, did you guys see that the Nikolai, I think his name is, like the head dev, like the main guy from that developer, put out a poll for the PvE version of the game. Should it be free to play? Should they remove it altogether? Or bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And like 55% or 56% or something like that said that it should be free to play. And I agree. If you're going to sell the game, a mode shouldn't be more expensive or it shouldn't cost any more money. If you're playing the same thing just without like real people, it shouldn't cost you any more money to play with just bots. I don't understand why they even, in the first place, why they even charge for that. But like, you can buy the game right now for, what is it, like $35. the base game or whatever, and then it costs another $30 just to play with bots. I think it's absurd. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I I don't think they're doing very good. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they'll make that free to play, which it should be. But I don't know. I don't get it. You're like me, BD. I hate people. Yeah. People here. I don't know about where you guys are. When the wife and I went down to South Carolina this past year, we ran into just the nicest fucking people, man. Just the nicest people. Then we get back to Michigan and everyone's just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You think we lived in New York City. The way people act around here, man. Just so selfish, just fucking assholes. I don't like living here for multiple reasons, but I mean, the weather is number one. And number two, the people are they're just fucking assholes up here, dude. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather that makes them assholes, but a lot of assholes up here. I don't get it. So yeah, Bubba, I'm with you, man. I'm just tired of people. I'm just tired of people up here. Maybe people are different by you. Well, you live in Michigan too, so you get it. You get it. But I don't know. You down south people? You people down in the south there? How are people down? Are they nice? You don't really know because you grew up in that area. So I mean, even the worst person could still be the nicest person to me. To you, you're like, oh, they're all assholes down here too. That's why we need to switch for a day. Someone from the south, switch with me for like a day or two, and then we'll share our stories. Like I'll never go back to Michigan again. Fuck those people. I'll be like, dude, you can't have your house back. I live here now. Southwest Michigan's more chill. Yeah, probably. I don't know what it is, man. It's just crazy. I mean, I do live outside of Flint, so I mean that seriously does make a difference. But I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, even down towards Detroit, down the Metro Detroit area. It's just, and I worked up in Bay City as well for a while. That was a long ass fucking drive. I hated it. But the people up there in Bay City were just complete jerk offs as well. I don't know what it is, man. Well, we still, the wife and I, when we have when we go to the grocery store, we have some fucking asshole and they're talking shit or whatever. We were like, man, both of us get in the car. We're like, man, I can't wait to go back to South Carolina. Just the people were so fucking nice there, man. It was great. It was awesome. I want that experience again. Peak, are people nice by you? Peak lives in North Carolina. Peak, you are people genuinely just nice where you live, or are they all assholes? Because where I live, dude, people are just 90% of people around me in this area are just assholes, just dicks. Oh, I need the cue up when I go on a rant about dicks and assholes. I need to cue up that one scene from Team America: World Police where he goes on that long story about how assholes and dicks and Matt Damon. I love that movie. They got Tarkov. Nikta is his name? Okay, I think because it's a separate server. Yeah, but I mean, you pay for the game once. It should, I don't know. I feel similar about strategy game. I would never pay for Dispatch, but watching for the story is fantastic. It makes me wonder why I didn't get any awards in the Game of the Year awards. I got you. There probably just wasn't enough people. Those types of games are kind of niche, so it probably just wasn't enough people to vote for that. More mainstream things. Because again, I never really even heard of it until those award things. So same when I went to Texas. I'm in Boston. It's like a smaller New York. Yeah. I've been to. I was Dallas, Fort Worth, and people were nice there too. Yeah, I was only there for 3 days, and I was mainly because I was there for a finance manager conference that they had put on. So every day I was from 7 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was stuck in a fucking room with a bunch of other people, but. When they took us out and showed us the nightlife at night, it was awesome. It was a good time. Great place. It's the east side of the state. Same in New Jersey. We're all assholes. Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't vacation there, Mark, because it's just more of the same for me. It's just more of the same. Uh, People help you fix a flat or talk about their day or your day. I got you. Just not St. Louis, right? St. Louis, they'll help you fix your tire and then carjack you after they help you fix the tire. Oh, East Side is crazy. East Side of Flint. There's the Flint. Flint has different areas. The East Side is typically the white ghetto, I guess you'd say. A lot Methville over there on the East Side. That's not a very good area, but you have different areas in Flint. You have certain drug problems in certain areas, and you have certain people that live in certain areas, and yeah. So I mean, all of Flint is pretty rough, but if you know which areas to go in and where to stay and where to traverse, you're fine. You're fine. Most people just kind of keep to themselves, so it's not like it was 30 years ago where, Flint was dangerous, like dangerous place. Nobody lives in Flint anymore, so it's just not, it is what it is. You got to find another streamer down south and y'all do a husband swap, kind of like the show Wife Swap, and make a video. That'll never happen. There's no way in hell, even if I went for there's no way in hell my wife would go for some stranger being in this house. It would never happen. But yeah, I see where you're going with things. I see where you're going with it. I remember the Wife Swap show. I remember the first time I heard about it, I'm like, they could put that on Fox? And then I watched the show, I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. Never mind. Wife swaps they usually start with a key party, and yeah, not what I thought it was going to be. You can gladly have my life at the moment. I'll swap you. I don't want your life, Peak. I just want to know, are people around you nice? People down here are okay, though. Okay, there you go. Some of them is 50-50. It's a coin toss on how they're going to be that day in particular. Yeah. Held the door for some kid at Dunks on New Year's Day. Didn't get a thank you. I told him, don't be an asshole this year, and walked away. Smokey, it's this generation. I see it with our youngest. Our boys kind of, but they're just, I don't know. But their kids are very, they're self-absorbed, very, very self-absorbed, selfish. Not manners. They know manners. They just don't fucking care. That's the problem. I'm always with my daughter. Whenever somebody does or say, I'm always like, say thank you, please, say please, something. But it's always this, wherever we go. I just want to take her phone and go, snap that fucker. And be like, here, welcome to the real world. Welcome to the rest of the world here. Get your nose out of your phone and enjoy it. C-Dubs back in action. C-Dubs was streaming last night for the first time in a long time. It's good to see you back out there and doing your thing, brother. Good to see you, man. Let him peek with a resub. Let's go. Thank you so much, brother. Flint need to get the water under control before they can fix a drug problem. The water's been fixed for a long time. That's been a no issue for a long time. There's still certain areas, but like nobody lives in those areas. That's the thing. There's the amount of abandoned houses in Flint is startling. It's startling to the point where like neighbors are burning the houses down that are vacant in their area because they're being used as drug dens and more nefarious things. The neighbors are coming together and burning down vacant houses to keep drugs out of their area. It's crazy, man, because the city won't do anything about it. As a matter of fact, all the money that went to Flint to fix the pipes, about half of it, I think, was embezzled. Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. The government gives the officials money. They're fucking crooked as shit. They do a little bit of work. They take the rest. They put it in their pockets, and they're gone. That's how it goes. Machine shop in Flint. I went to see Uncle Cracker play in early 2000. Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle Bubba. Machine shop is, I think, we talked about this recently with Metal Josh, because Metal Josh, it was always kind of a dream of his, I guess, for a lot of local bands across the country to play the Machine Shop. The Machine Shop is world known. It's a big deal, I guess. I've seen many shows there. They're the last place on Dort Highway. I don't think there's anything on Dort Highway anymore. I mean, most of the strip clubs have shut down. There used to be a big mall over there, all the fast food joints, everything. I think it's just a couple miles of just abandoned buildings and then machine shop. That's it. There's nothing else there. So if they don't move their venue someplace else, I don't see them surviving. They're to the point now where they're doing comedy shows and they're doing country music. Country music. That's how desperate they are right now to put butts in the seats or standing in the standing room. Is that they're just trying whatever they can because bands just don't want to go there and play anymore, which sucks. So it is what it is. Manners skip a generation? I think they do. I don't know. A little bit. I got so many wasted for that. For Uncle Cracker? That's funny. The last show I saw there was American Hitmen in Royal Bliss. And this would have been 2013, 2014, somewhere in that neighborhood. It was 2014. That was the last time I went to a show at the machine shop. It's a very, very small venue. Very, very small venue. And they have like motorhomes in the back that are like their green room for the bands when they come. Don't ever take a black light onto the motorhomes that are they're parked out back. It's like a crime scene out there. Don't do it, guys. Oh, all right. So moving on. What I did over the weekend. So Friday night, I jumped on Gray Zone Warfare. And let me tell you, the game is running so much better now. So much better. I love it. I was waiting for some people to get on. No one ever showed up, so I started working on some graphics settings and things. And after tweaking things for about an hour, I came across some really, really good settings. I put them in Discord for you guys. If you're interested, I'll put that here. Under Gray Zone Warfare. And I got a chance to run around and just kind of screw around in certain areas. And the game feels really, 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 really good right now. So I'm on board. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. So if anybody has some time and they want to jump on and grab some games in the evening, let me know. I will be on tonight. The wife wants to play Sims tonight, so I'll be on just kind of rolling around, trying to help people out in Lemang. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was a good time. And then the wife and I, we started watching some movies. I had her watch a couple of Leo movies with me over the week. It was Weekend of Leo because we want to watch what is that? Every one battle after another. But my wife has never really seen any Leo movies except for Titanic. I mean, she's a female, so it makes sense. So we watched Catch Me If You Can, which she really liked that movie, which I knew she would. And then Gangs of New York, and she liked both of them. Very long movies, of course. Every movie is right around 3 hours. But I haven't seen that movie in a few years. And God, Daniel Day-Lewis is such a fucking badass in that movie. Woo, such a badass. So we watched those two movies, and then we started catching up on Tulsa King. And we're like on episode 7 right now. We binged the shit out of it yesterday, just hanging out all day. It was great. So Tulsa King this season is really, really good. Last season was. First season was cool. Okay, all right. This season's pretty good. So if you guys if you guys ever watch that show, or if you're just a fan of Taylor Sheridan, it's a good show. Check it out. I don't think he's writing this one anymore though. So, but it's still pretty gritty. It still has its moments, but I don't think he writes the show anymore. I think he started it. He gave him a premise, and now he's got his writers that handle that show. He's got writers that handle everything, while he goes off and spends the money he made in the last few years. How to get on the ceiling? I'm gonna have to check those out. I'll come run some birthday runs with you. There you go. Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday today, brother? There goes our hype train. Thank you for keeping it alive. Appreciate you. Abigail on Peacock, good movie. Yeah, we were talking about that because we every time we go to cancel Peacock because we're just not going to watch it anymore, something else comes out. But most of our shows that we like are on Peacock. They seem to be having all the movies we want to watch recently. A lot of the football games we've been watching have been on Peacock. So I think we watched that streaming channel more than any others, and the only complaint we have is that their UI sucks. Trying to control it is terrible. It's probably the worst app that we use for streaming purposes. It's probably the worst. We can get by, but it's just such a fucking pain in the ass. For instance, we have captions on, because sometimes I'll watch something in bed while the wife's sleeping, so I have captions on so I don't whatever. So I tried to put on the football game yesterday, and you can't turn captions off on live TV. You have to back out of it. You have to go to a show, turn captions off there, and then go back into your live game feed. Just dumb shit like that. I don't understand it. Trying to watch the game, it's got fucking subtitles everywhere. Like, anyhow, Abigail, I'll have to check that one out. Smokey's 34 today. Holy shit, you are my wife's age. That's hilarious. Well, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Have a good one. What are you doing? Are you working today? Or you have the day off? You take it off so you can party last night and milk a hangover today? You're just a pup? Uncle Bubba's fitty. He's fitty. So he's feeling it now. He feels it in the knees, feels it in the elbows, and anything that has a joint. He feels it in his joints. Smokey feels it in other joints. Bubba's joints ache and crack. Smokey's joints smoke. Nah, he's working. There you go. Well, happy birthday, brother. Ankles and knees, I feel it. There you go. It's knees for me. It's definitely knees for me, but that's because I have arthritis, and unfortunately I have beginning of arthritis, which sucks. But it's it happens when you get older, man. Especially when you've been pounding the pavement all your fucking life. That's what happens. I'll feel it in my plums. I love it. Ankles got arthritis. My ankles are still good. All my joints are still pretty good. Just my knees a little bit. And that's it for now. But yeah, it is what it is. Feel it in my plums. That's Peaks. That's his phrase. You can't use that. You can't say that here, man. You can't say that on television. Shingle a few roofs, you'll feel it way before 30. Oh, I'm good, man. I decided early on when I was 18 and I was doing manual labor, I'm like, I'm not going to do manual labor anymore. I'm going to go into sales like a jackass. And yeah, so the only manual labor I've ever done is just around the house since I started. Yeah, since I've been in sales. But I was a roofer for a while. I'm not a roofer. I'm sorry. I was a framer for a little while, for a very, very short period of time. I was for a couple summers, I ran a crew that dug pools when I was 17 and 18. That was fun. That was a fun job, but man, you felt it at the end of the day. But that was when I was 17, 18 years old. I was in my prime. I couldn't imagine trying to do that shit nowadays. Fuck that, I'd die. Put a shovel in my hand, I just fall over. And then I worked for GM for a short period of time. That was probably one of my worst experiences of working a job, was working for GM. I'll never ever do that again. That was probably my worst job, is working for General Motors. I'm good on that. Never again. Never again. I'll panhandle before I go work for GM. Eastbound and Down. That was a good show. That was a great show. I'll pass on the roof. Yeah, me too, Bubba. We're too old for that shit, man. We climb on the roof to get our kids' frisbees down, and that's about it. We're not out there fucking doing shingles. Fuck that. I'm not a suit and tie kind of guy. I'm not either. But when those paychecks start rolling in, ties aren't that bad. Ties aren't that bad. My favorite job of all was working Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson, because we could wear what we wanted to wear. It was usually jeans and a Harley like polo shirt, or a Harley button-up shirt, or even a Harley hoodie. It didn't matter what we wore. We wore hats. We didn't have to shave. It was the best job, and I made the most money there. I made more money working there than I did running a dealership. It was, yeah. I miss it. I to this day I miss it. So when we went down to South Carolina, we of course had to go scout out the local Harley shop and walk in there and shaking hands. I'll see you guys next year when I start. We're gonna make some money. The assless chaps, those are optional. They're optional assless chaps. You don't see them very often. You see them up here in Michigan just because there's a lot of cold riding. But you don't typically see people wearing chaps. The diehards, those guys, dude, it's just jeans and boots and ripped shirts. They don't give a shit. Longest beard you've ever seen. We see this up here quite a bit. We'll see a guy with a long beard, long gray beard coming down to here. When they ride, it splits in the middle and it comes. So he's got beard hair split down the middle, coming off both sides of his head, doing this down the road. Awesome. And then when they get to where they go, because we see these guys pull up at the shop, they pull up in front, they park their bikes, and they get out and they go like this, string their beard out, walk on in. Oh man, I miss the Harley shop. I really do. Wife asked me, she's like, if you quit streaming, because this has been conversation for a while now, if and when you quit streaming, are you going to go back to sales? What do you want to do? I'm like, I don't want to go back to sales. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm like, there is one thing. If I could, if this Harley shop got a new owner, I'd be back there in a minute. The reason I don't work there is because the owner is not. Yeah, we bumped heads. He was the only guy to ever tell me I couldn't sell things for more than what they were being sold for. The only guy in history that has ever told me I couldn't sell something for more than what the fucking sticker said. Anyhow, that's all in the past. You can put me in a suit and tie, but I'll still be the same dim animal. Oh, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe it for a second. Every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man. So anyhow, with that being said, I don't have really anything else. I don't really have a whole lot of anything today, guys. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I'm a little delirious. I've been driving my son to work in the morning for the last couple days. He has to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. The only kid in the house that refuses to get a fucking driver's license, and yeah. And Ubers are like, that's too early for us. So I've been driving him the last couple of days. So I've been getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, driving him, coming home, laying in bed till 7 when my wife gets up, and then I just get up with her. So I haven't had a whole lot of sleep in the last couple of days. I'm delirious. I don't have the patience to be polite to a dick. It's hard. It is hard. It's trying. But you know, this is one of the techniques I always taught people. I learned early on is it when people are being assholes to you, sometimes they like to just get it back. So if you lean on them a little bit and you give it back to them, you'll learn really quick if they're down for it. Most of the people that were assholes when it came to sales, if you gave it back to them, they'd open right up to you. The other times it didn't work so much. You just have to remember that every person you talk to is $100 bill. So do you want that? Do you want that $100? And if they make you mad, you just have to think in your head, I'm going to take this guy for everything he's worth. I'm going to take every fucking dime I can out of this guy. Fuck this guy. I want to knock him out, but you know what's even better? I'm going to take his wallet. And that worked out pretty well. I could be a really, really nice guy knowing that at the end of the day, you're going to leave thinking that you got one over on me and I'm walking away with all your money going, I win. So yes, it's hard, but if you change your mindset and you just kind of come at it from a different angle, it works out. Little ZZ Top reference. Hell yeah, man. I love ZZ Top. Fair? Yeah. Yeah, it takes a certain person to be a really good salesperson, but really anybody could be a salesperson. You just have to have people skills. And to know when to like bite your tongue. Kill them with kindness. Yeah, there's a term that it's an older term. You guys may or may not have heard it. It's called dazzle them with brilliance or baffle them with bullshit. If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, you baffle them with bullshit. That's kind of what sales is. You can bullshit your way through a lot of stuff. You still want to know your product, but you can bullshit quite a bit. All right, so last question for you guys. What have you guys been playing? Most of you guys, we've been on holiday. I wouldn't say holiday break, but the holidays have been here for the last 2-3 weeks now, right? And I know a lot of you guys probably had some time off. Mark for Life is basically just living the dream right now for until April. A lot of you guys have had some time off. What are you guys doing with your time? What are you guys playing? What is everyone playing right now? What's your go-to game? If you were not at work right now and you were able to go home right this second and fire up a game, what would you be playing? I think I know the answers, but I'm just curious. Just curious what you guys are playing right now. Mark for Life's been coming in here telling me about all the TV movies and shows that he's been watching. I've been trying to. Tactical Stoner says he's down anytime. Good. I need some peoples, man. I've been trying to be a little more vocal in the Discord. I actually added a new channel on there called Brewskis. This is more or less for Mark for Life and myself. Whenever I try a new beer, I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to show it to you guys. That's in Brewskis. And I'd appreciate if you guys did the same thing. For all you beer drinkers, especially craft beer drinkers, if there's something in your area that's not available or it's probably not well known or whatever, drop a picture of that in the brewski section, because I'm going to start looking around and start ordering from other breweries around the country, because I think we've pretty much tried everything in Michigan. And Mark for Life, he usually comes around with some good stuff in his area as well. So I started that channel to help all of us locate some good craft beer around the country. So I'd love for you guys to start using that. Please do. Tokyo Revenger style. How you doing? Welcome in. How you doing? Ark and Divinity Original Sin. Okay. Did you watch the Chevy Chase documentary? No. We combined all of our lists together of all the shows and movies we need to catch up on over the winter here, and we don't even know where to start. We have so much shit that's been recommended to us, so many different things. We still have shows from years ago that we haven't finished. The Handmaid's Tale. I think we have 2 more seasons of that, which that's probably a very crucial thing to watch right now. So there's a lot of shows that we have to finish, and there's new shows that we've been recommended to us. Mark for Life recommends something every day, it seems like. So that list is growing longer and longer and longer. So no, I have not watched that one. That is on our list. We got to watch the Diddy one. I want to watch the John Candy one, but we got to watch John Candy movies before we do that. So I got to watch Uncle Buck with her, and I got to watch Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. And yeah, it's just not enough time, man. Just not enough time. But we'll get there. I don't have good people skills either. I'm very clinical when it comes to jobs versus casual socializing. I've already said I've been playing RE4 Remake. Yes. Yep. Got that one down. Thank you. I'm about to start either Stranger Things or White Lotus. Who has watched them? I've watched all Stranger Things up until this last season. I couldn't tell you what the story is. I don't remember any of it. It's all very weird. I think the first season was kind of cool, but after that, it just got really weird. I don't understand the Stranger Things phenomena. I don't get it. I see it's all over commercials. It's on Dorito bags. It's like everywhere right now. I don't understand the hype behind it. I don't really like the story. I don't really think it's that. I like the 80s aesthetic. I like the whole, it's based in the 80s thing, but I just don't know. Not a show for me. So I haven't finished it. I don't know if we will. The wife wants to watch White Lotus. I know very little about it. We'll probably end up watching it with her. I have a lot of beer picks. Well, get to work, Mark. Tokyo, how you doing? What is this about? Right now we're just talking. Typically what I do is the format is I come in here, kind of treat it like a podcast. I just talk, I run my mouth about different things. We do things like this. What day is it? And then if we have time, then we jump into some games if there's something to play. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of partial. My beginning is kind of like a podcast, and then the second half is just me playing random fucking games. I'm kind of in between right now. I used to play a game all day, but I haven't had that in a while because there's really nothing to play. The well has run dry. I thought it was a very good ending. Live Uncle Buck, and a very good show. A very good show as a whole. Love Uncle Buck. Yeah. It's like a drawn out Super 8 movie. Watch Stranger Things. No spoilers on episode 6 now. Finale was awesome. Okay. Yes. Very good. I love the basement scene. Got it. Okay. So there's a lot of Stranger Things. A lot of Stranger Things out here in the crowd. So okay. The wife messaged me. I want to make sure it wasn't anything I need to do right away. And our Kohl's order is ready for pickup. There you go. Okay, so let's do this real quick here. All right, so like I was saying, what day is it? I'll tell you, today is January 5th already. It's already the 5th. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Today we celebrate National Keto Day. The keto diet. I didn't know we celebrate. I didn't know it was a celebration. Why do we celebrate that? It's just another one of those trendy diet things. So there you go. Probably because this is the month of New Year's resolutions, and like I said, the the gyms are full, the fast food places are empty, the churches are full, the strip joints are empty. So I mean that usually lasts until the last week of the month, and then the fast food joints are full again, the gyms are empty, and same thing with the church and the strip clubs. So it makes sense that the keto diet would be celebrated today because a lot of people are probably on keto right now. Anybody here dieting for the month of January? Anyone do dry January? My wife asked me jokingly, just this wasn't a real question. She asked me if I want to do dry January, and I'm like, I oughta. Right to the moon with ya. She was joking, but that's. I know a lot of people that do that. Every year they drink themselves into an early grave, and then January they're like, I'm gonna change my ways, and they make it 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and by that third weekend, that Friday, they're out there going, I just can't take it anymore. But yeah, we know better, Mark. We know we're not going to do that. Who are we kidding? That's not going to happen. No. I'm drinking right now. No, I'm kidding. Today's National Screenwriters Day. Aren't they all replaced by AI now? We don't have screenwriters anymore. Everything is just taken care of by AI. So for those that still write screens, today is your day. Next year, it'll be National AI Screenwriters Day. National Thank God It's Monday Day. Who in the hell would thank God it's Monday? Who would do that? It's first Monday in January. Okay, then. National Whipped Cream Day. we're just making stupid shit up now. It's National Whipped Cream Day. So I eat something with whipped cream tonight. I don't know what to tell you. Can't help you there. It's also National Bird Day. Bird Day, Whipped Cream Day, Thank God It's Monday Day, Screenwriters Day, and Keto Day. So there you go. That's what we're celebrating today. You celebrate in any which way that you want to. Unless it's against your religion, then don't do that. So there we go. Boom. That's done and over. I got to catch up on Fallout already. Is the new season over yet, or is it still weekly iterations? I've been watching Fallout Season 2. It seems to be diminishing not in plot, but in dialogue and stage choreography. I've been doing a meat and beer diet. It's going fantastic. Now I can tell that's one thing I have cut out. And I feel a lot better. In the past couple of years, we have switched from red meat, and we're eating a lot of turkey meat, and I feel a lot better. I still eat my steaks. We still have our steaks. We do a roast every once in a while. We do like corned beef hash, but for the most part, we cut out like beef altogether. Like when we make burgers, we use turkey meat. Anything we would normally use like ground beef, we use turkey, and we can definitely tell a huge difference. So I know, again, that's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, but for us in our household, it works great. But the beer is not going anywhere. We consume less of it. It's not going to go anywhere. Ain't gonna happen, bruh. Ain't gonna happen. So there we are. I've been on the fence about going back and playing a couple different games. I don't have them right now. I am a little disappointed with Game Pass. Any Game Pass subscribers here? Anybody here still pay for Game Pass, or did everyone jump ship when they raised the price? I don't think we've received a Game Pass game, anything added to Game Pass since the Bratz game, which came out like I want to say the second week of December. So we're going on 3 weeks now, damn near close to 4 weeks since we've seen a game dropped on Game Pass, and that's not good. That's not good. We usually get, I mean, a handful of them at least a month, and we've gotten really nothing. They gave us like 6 that week, and then it's just been dry ever since. A little frustrating. I also noticed that because everyone's telling me that there's perks going on right now for certain games. One of them was Splitgate. There was the Xbox skin or whatever. I guess since I had the PC Game Pass, I don't get the perks anymore. Perks are just non-existent unless I'm missing them somewhere. So which I mean, I would say it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I don't really use the perks, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. But it'd be nice because like whenever they gave me something for like PUBG, I can go like get both versions. They give you the PC version and there was an Xbox version or whatever, and you can get both of them at the same time. I still collected those just in case I was to go back and play PUBG. So it'd be nice to be able to still collect some of those things on games that I may or may not go back and play. But I don't know. Fallout still airing week to week. Okay. What we do is we typically wait for a show to end and then we binge it. So like right now I think there's 10 episodes of the Tulsa King this season, and we're on episode 7, and we started watching it on Friday. So we love to binge our shows, and yeah, having to go week to week to week just sucks. And then we have to watch the recap, and then we got to try to remember what was going on, and yeah. So we don't really watch any shows that are weekly, unless it's like the Daily Show or John Oliver, Bill Maher or something like that. Then we'll watch weekly, but they're all on hiatus right now. Yep. Although I basically never use it. The Game Pass, yeah. Well, that's why I switched too, because I mean I just wasn't using Game Pass and all, and I'm like, what am I going to use? Like I don't do cloud gaming at all. Which cloud gaming again? I saw another thing come out today talking about how cloud gaming is the future. No, Nostradamus here has been telling you that for years. I don't use cloud gaming at all. Don't really care. I don't really use my Xbox at all, so I didn't really need that. So paying $30 a month for 2/3 of something I'm not going to use doesn't really seem necessary. It's kind of a bummer that I lost the perks, but whatever. I can tell you this though, I haven't really played anything this month besides the Avowed via Game Pass last month. If we're gonna keep getting 1 or 2 games a month, I'm not gonna do this service anymore. I was only really interested because I was gonna able to try new things, and there's really nothing on there that I haven't played in the last few years that I'm really interested in playing now. That's I always look forward to the new games that are coming out, try them, stream them for you guys, and then we move on. So if January is dry, I'll probably finally end my Xbox subscription or whatever, which sucks because I've been an Xbox Live subscriber since the iteration 2003. It's a long time, man. My original Steam account is from 2003, and my Xbox Live account I've been paying on since 2003. Crazy, man. My Google account's older than that. Free to Escape. Good morning. How you doing, man? How you doing? It is still morning. I don't really binge because if I see that it's a lot of episodes, I lose interest. But if I do a week by week, I don't see the total because I'm up to date. I got you. So if it's hidden from you, it's a little easier to digest. I'll be switching back to $15 a month for Game Pass, but I'm still stacked on those 1 month to the $20. I got you. Yeah, there's I'm kind of just disappointed. We kind of ended the year and just Like I know that a lot of there's a lot of negative publicity around Microsoft Xbox in general right now because I mean they bought up Activision and they delivered one of probably the worst Call of Duties in history this year. Their the games coming out to Game Pass weren't really the best. There were some bangers out there this year, but there just wasn't a lot of, there's a lot of variety, but there wasn't a lot of good games. And you could throw, 30 games at us, but if they're all garbage, I mean, no one really cares. You got to get some good ones in there, So I don't know. I'm really disappointed with them. Right now, I just don't really give a shit about Microsoft or Xbox in general. The only thing I'm interested in, I want to know more information about this next console coming out. All eyes right now are on the Steam machine, the GameCube. There's a lot of rumors coming out. There's a lot of different things happening there. So we should have some more information on that soon, especially if it's going to release in the first quarter, which they say it's going to, but I still think there's a possibility it's going to be pushed back because of the RAM shortage, which also is creating problems with GPUs. I'm reading that GPUs are going to be going back to twice as much as they were. We saw that during COVID when everybody was trying to buy them up because everyone was stuck at home and doing Bitcoin shit and stuff like that. So I don't know. If you haven't built a PC already, you guys might be, and you're thinking about building a PC or going to PC gaming, you guys might be fucked this year. This might just be a worse game. It might be the worst year for PC gaming in general. Games are going to be fluid. I mean, there's going to be plenty of games out there, but if you're trying to upgrade or build or just jump from console into the big boy leagues, you guys might be hurting this year. I mean, with the RAM shortages themselves, that's causing a lot of other issues. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of wishing that I would have done some upgrades this year because now I'm going to be forced to wait probably another year. We're probably looking at about a year for this to start calming down. But who knows? I mean, the way AI is going right now, if AI blows up the way it seems like it's going to, we could see this shortage for years. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling, man. Everything that has memory in it will be going up. Yes. Yeah. Anything that uses any type of RAM and any type of memory of any sort is going to go through the roof. So glad I built, but I would like to make some upgrades. I would too, man. I think at this point, I think I'm okay with the computer as a whole. I think the only thing I would upgrade would be my video card. I would love to jump into like a 5080. I'd love to get into a 5080. But if I don't buy in the next 2 weeks, it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to buy in the next 2 weeks. So I think I'm just going to be stuck with what I have for now, which is fine. Going into this year now, I'm basically, I think my computer would be considered probably entry level at this point. So, a couple of years, this is what happens in a couple of years of, of technology. 2-3 years and your mid-grade machine is now entry level. Kind of sucks. Like, look at Manic Nomad. He plays in 4K. And he's still for a couple more years, he's going to be okay. But once we hit the 70, 90s, he's in trouble. A couple more years, he'll be fine. Jaburoy, thank you so much for the oh my God, is that a resubby? There we go. It looked like I said 20. Okay, I said 20 subs. Like, oh my God. Jaburoy, thank you so much for the resubby. 20 months already. Holy shit. Good to have you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's not happening for me. So glad I built, but I will make some upgrades. Happy New Year. Dillweeds. Oh my God, that's the nicest thing you said to me in 3 weeks. That's the only thing you said to me in 3. Manic, how you doing, man? Are things slowing down for you? I know that during the holidays, I know that you and your family are you guys are traveling a lot, I do believe, between your normal house and your house on the Gulf of Trump. So maybe you'll be in one space long enough where you can kind of hang out with us. I'm getting back into Gray Zone Warfare. If you're interested, maybe you want to get back in there and play a few games. I don't know. Just putting it out there for you, brother. Just putting it out there for you. 5070 is coming this month, for show. You better do it soon, Smokey, because I'm seeing the prices are about to go up like next week, as soon as next week. I read a story where some guy had already he bought a pre-built computer from Corsair, and the day after, they took his money and everything. They refunded him and they canceled his order, and then they jacked the price up $700. He went viral with some post, and then Corsair, of course, gave him the computer for the original price because, you know, they don't want bad publicity over there. But we're already seeing it right now. Not the things that are coming in with the tariffs and all that. Not that that's going to like take effect down the road. Even though all this shit's in stock right now, it's going to immediately take effect. Golf of America. I like how you spelt it golf as I love the way you spelt that, dude. That's great. I love that. Now it makes sense to me why he wanted to rename it, because he thought it was a golf course. That's great, dude. Count me in for the 70-90. Fuck yeah, dude. This are back to normal. I'll be back online playing at night. Good. Okay, I will too, man. We'll love some Gray Zone. I'll be on, brother. I'll be on. As a matter of fact, I put some new settings. You're on the 4090, so you don't really have, you know, much to worry about there. But I found my sweet spot, and with all the updates and everything that's taken place, the game's running so much better. I'd be interested to see if anybody here has an RTX 3060, if they could. I know Metal Josh does, but he's not here. Smokey does. I think Smokey does. If you guys could try those settings and then let me know how it runs for you, that'd be awesome. Just curious. Manic Nomad with a 5 gifted subs. Holy shit. I'm not hearing anything today, so I'm trying to keep a track of both things here so I can see what's happening. Thank you, Manic, for the gifted subs, man. I really appreciate you. Good to have you back. It's good to be back. I took quite a bit of time off for the holidays as well, just because shit's been crazy. Taboo Roy, I like that. Here's a couple bucks towards the 5080. Thank you. I almost have shipping covered. I'm so close. You damn right you're gonna try him tonight, Smokey. Either you listen, I'm gonna blackmail you. Either you play with me tonight, or I'm gonna release the video of me dragging you, through half of the starter town. You guys, you remember that, Smoke? Unfortunately, the video has no audio. It's very, very quiet. But oh my god, that was when Gray Zone gave us the ability to drag people to out of harm's way. I tried dragging Smokey from the north side of town to whatever the little camp area was there, and we almost made it. We were like 50 feet. We were 50 feet, and he died out. Oh my god, those were the times. So yeah, if you have not, or you are looking at building a PC, or you're just going to buy a pre-built, you might want to do it now. Now's the time, because by the end of the month, you're in trouble. So again, the Steam machine, is anybody here interested in that? Is anybody here looking at the Steam machine going, that's what I'm waiting for? I don't want to buy a pre-built. I don't want to build my own. I'm looking at this box right here, which is just basically a plug and play. Is anybody here interested in that besides me? Great times in Gray Zone. Fuck yeah, dude. Tragic. It wasn't that bad because he died. He died a couple feet away from the base. So he spawned 50 feet away, ran over, grabbed all of his gear, and he was back in action. But we just wanted to see if it would work. We were testing for science, and I dragged him a long ways. It took me like 5 minutes to get him where he was. It was a good time. First time I played with you and Smokey, I'd only played a few times. You guys took me to Fort Nerith. And then there was the friendly fire incident occurred. I don't know. I still have, to this day, I have no idea what happened, but I was hearing reports at the time that not only were we losing our heads, but they were putting us in the wrong servers. And that's what happened. We got put in a PvP server, and I kept shooting one of them. Typical me, man. But you know what? Listen, I've been killed enough times where I shoot first, ask questions later. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what happened. All I know is there's a guy in front of me with a fucking gun, and he's looking right at me. To rethink my friends. Yes, I would too, man. That's why we don't play games to have friendly fire. We just don't do it. But, I mean, listen. There are some people in here that remember me from my PUBG days. Unless we were just fucking around with people, there was very, very, very little friendly fire incidents. We were pretty professional when it came to PUBG, but some of these other games, not so much the same. Yeah. Does anybody here remember? Does anybody remember? I can't remember the guy's name. He's not part of the community. He hasn't been in years, but there was a guy that was part of our community for a little while. And there was this one day where he was driving a Jeep, a UAZ, with no tires across a bridge. And I whip a nade over at him. Does anybody remember this? I need to play the clip for you guys. It was so funny. Oh my God. He hated me. He hated me after. He was so mad at me for days. And then he watched the clip a couple times. He's like, all right. I'll let it slide this time. I'm going to see if I can look that up. Playing PvP on accident. Someone's in the trestle. I just shot Smokey. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, dude. I didn't know what was happening. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I wish I that's not it either. Damn. All right, I don't know where it's at. PUBG game and video pick. There we go. Here, PUBG. Okay, I have so many folders. I have a 4 terabyte hard drive that's just full of videos and shit that I've been doing over the years. Let's see if this is it. No, bummer. PUBG clips, maybe. Oh, there's a couple of these. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go through these here in a minute, and I'll share them with you guys. We have some pretty good old school PUBG clips that I want you guys to see, so we'll do that. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done complaining about Xbox and Microsoft and all that. They're obviously trying to get out of the console business. This next console is gonna be very similar to a hybrid PC, so that they can start getting other manufacturers to start making these things, so they can get the fuck out of the console business altogether, and then it'll just be PlayStation fighting themselves. But Microsoft wants to focus on software, and that's it. They don't care about consoles. They don't. That's why cloud gaming is going to be huge, and that's why they're trying to get you on, using your phone, using your tablet, using your TV, because they don't want to get away from the consoles altogether, and which is going to end up happening. So I'm really interested to see what this last console is going to look like, what this PC hybrid console thing is going to look like. But we probably won't have any information on this thing until early midsummer. So all eyes currently are going to be on the Steam machine. Everybody's looking at the Steam machine right now to see what this is going to do. Because again, this is round 2. This happened 10 years ago. It didn't really take on, but at the time, PC gaming was still kind of becoming a thing. And now that PC gaming is way more accessible. We have cross play. We have cross save. We have all these things that make it easier to jump into PC gaming. It's taken off, and especially in the last 5 years, since COVID, we're starting to see that the PC players are starting to get very, very close to the amount of console players. We're almost at a 50-50 right now, which is crazy. So I know there's a lot of people, and I think if this thing works the way that Steam's hoping it's going to work, it's going to take off, and it will probably see a lot of people convert from console over to PC finally. So we'll see how things play out, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what this is going to do for the industry and how this is going to make gaming more accessible to people and put PC gaming in more people's hands. So, is anybody here? Would anybody? How do I ask this question? Would anybody here trade in their Steam Deck for the Gabe Cube? For the is there anybody here that has? I know, and I'm only saying this because I personally know 2 people that have they had the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally, and they bought it and they used it for like the first month, and then they're just kind of like, it just sits there now. So I wonder if those people will be interested in trading those things in towards. Maybe they'll do like a trade-in program. You trade in your Steam Deck, and we'll give you $200 towards the whatever the cost of this thing's going to be. Microsoft CEO or whatever made a statement asking people to be less critical of AI. I couldn't believe it until I saw it. Yeah. I agree. I mean, AI is there's always gonna be pushback. There's always gonna be, but AI is a good thing for certain parts of the gaming stuff. Yeah, obviously, like right now, like the number one thing you just don't want taken away is the writing, the voiceovers, anything that people are really doing, art, motion capture, things like that. Those are the things that you want to replace with AI last. You want AI to work on everything else. I think AI should be used for coding purposes right now. I think that's where we're having a lot of the problems, right? All these games are coming out broken and they're fixing them down the road. But what if they had an AI program that would go through the code once they considered it gold before they press the discs, or if they I don't even know if they do that anymore, before they ship the game or whatever, they had an AI program go through all the code and find all the problems and fix the issues and then retest it, fix the coding again. That's where I see AI being the biggest help. And I'm with you because there's a lot of good AI stuff out there, but unfortunately, because right now there's not a whole lot of terms for this because it is still in its infancy. But anything AI, like literally anything AI, is considered AI slop. Which, yeah, there's a lot of slop out there, but there's also a lot of good stuff out there too. There's a lot of stuff that took time, energy, and they did a good job putting things together. Other stuff is just scroll through Facebook and you'll see the lazy AI slop. But I agree with that person. We need to be less critical of AI for certain things. I mean, again, if they're firing a whole studio and they're just using AI to make their games, then we're gonna have a problem. But it's probably going to end up happening anyhow. Eventually, it's going to happen. So I don't know, but you got to remember, AI is here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to it's in the next couple of years. It's going to double, triple, quadruple. Every year, AI is going to be used for more and 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 more. So there's no reason to fight it. We have to navigate it. You can't stop it. It's already too big. It's just going to blow up. So we have to figure out how we're going to traverse the AI road and try to make it as best as possible. So I'm with that person. I'm with Sarah Bond is her name, isn't it? I think it's who you're referring to. I agree with her. People just need to like look at it differently because it's not going to change. It's not going anywhere. We just need to first off, we need to have regulations. So what the new administration is doing by cutting all regulations out of AI and all this stuff, that's not good. It needs to be heavily regulated. Anything new that's this powerful needs to be regulated. Otherwise, it's going to run amok, and these big companies can do whatever the fuck they want with it, and that's not a good thing. So I don't know. We'll see how the next few years play out, but right now it's looking pretty scary. I was disappointed and ashamed to be an Xbox loyalist because of that. Really, that changed your viewpoint. AI is here until the Earth runs out of water. So cool to cool the data centers. You know, the beautiful thing is that they could build those fuckers right in the goddamn ocean. Build it right in the ocean, man. AI is great in a lot of ways, but it's undeniably flawed in many ways to apply to more important aspects of life than games. Yeah, I agree. So that's why I'm saying that it's not going to stop. You can't stop it. There's not enough people to petition this thing. And even if you did, it's not going to stop because these conglomerates do what they want. They do what they want. It's going to happen. We just have to regulate it. We need companies, we need agencies to make sure that we keep these big companies in check and they're not just doing whatever they want. I've heard some pretty scary things that AI can do and it's able to do. Supposedly two of the big names have passed the Turing test. That is fucking scary. That is very, very scary, guys. So it's not a matter of, stopping it or preventing it. It's a matter of we have to regulate it. Isn't China or someone doing that straight into the ocean? I wouldn't put it past them. China is really trying to get ahead of their time right now. They're being extremely innovative and doing a lot of crazy stuff. That wouldn't surprise me at all. The stuff they've been doing just for their bases. I mean, they've been making man-made islands to put bases in the Pacific. It's crazy, man. But I don't really have a problem with AI being in games for certain things, especially if it helps again get these games released without as many issues that we see with every game release. If an AI was going through there and cleaning things up, and we were getting solid full releases without issue, I mean, would you guys argue with that? Japan and Chinese are so much cooler than the USA, honestly. Well, yeah. Japan's got all the technology. China has all the manpower and the labor. I mean, China makes most of everything for the world, doesn't it? Aren't they basically just the manufacturing capital of the world? I mean, if they cut us off, we're fucked. I mean, we don't manufacture anything here anymore except for debt. That's all we manufacture here anymore is debt. In all the people that say we're bringing the factories back here, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. We're not going to manufacture things here anymore because nobody here is going to want to pay 3 times as much for an iPhone or for anything for that matter. Because yeah, building things here may cut some costs here and there, but it's labor. No one's going to work for the money that the Chinese people make to put your Dollar Tree items together. Nobody's going to do that. So either if we manufacture here, it's all going to be automated, which may or may not work. But it's not going to bring any jobs back. We're not going to stop manufacturing things in China, and then all of a sudden we're just going to start opening up all these factories, and all these jobs are going to come back. Not going to happen. It'd be nice, though. It'd be nice. iShow Speed has shown that Chinese is surpassing us in technology and just behind Japan. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. They're playing for keeps, man. And they're like, we don't care. We don't care. You guys are over there fucking with Venezuela and constantly slapping fucking having a slappy hissy fight with fucking Russia. You leave us out of the conversation because we're over here surpassing everybody as a superpower. And it doesn't take a streamer to show that. But I'm glad he did that. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that watch his stream that don't really pay attention to what's going on in the world. So it's good that they're getting information from some source. There's something else that I saw over the weekend that I wanted to talk about. Now I can't remember what it was. It was the Arc Raiders thing, which I thought was kind of cool. But now you guys are telling me that that's been there since day one. So that journalist needs to be fired immediately. I don't know. I'll think about it. Either way, I got to take a quick break. I'm going to go grab some more coffee, hit the restroom. When I get back, I'm going to see if I can find those clips for you. There's one I really want to show you now. Now that I think about it, it's so funny. I'll be right back. am back. I'm trying to get this video going for you guys. Did it work? There it is. Let's see if it works. Okay, it works. Good. I think the benefits of AI is great, but everything has pros and cons. I saw someone in an interview declare, I don't know how people raise kids without AI, essentially endorsing its larger humanity has become rather incompetent on the grounds that they don't have to handle themselves the way that we had to back in the day. So people are just generally less versatile and knowledgeable. I agree. But I think that AI, the internet has ruined people. It really has, especially our children. They just don't know how to function without technology. It's crazy. I think AI is going to be a good way to kind of fix that, but it's definitely not going to be what it was. Like, again, our days, back in my day, those are over. Those days are over. Now we have to look to the future, and we have to hope that we can kind of keep humanity human still. I'm with you on that. I kind of see what they're saying, but it's getting to the point where, yeah, everything is automated, right? And that's probably what we're going to be seeing, a lot more of these house robots that help you by doing your laundry and your dishes. And, that's going to be the start. And then from there, it's going to get a little more crazy. And yeah, but we don't really know where it's going to take us. We all have ideas because we've seen these sci-fi movies and TV shows over the last, 60 years that all show us that, this type of stuff is like bad, right? But who knows what the future is going to hold? And as long as we navigate it properly, it could be a good thing. It could be a bad. Who knows? It's scary to think, though, what it could be. It's also cool to think what it could be. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. All right, I'm gonna try playing this video for you guys. This is from I couldn't even tell you a year. Let me see if there's information on this here. Maybe when it was created. No. And I can't even get a, here we go. No, don't even get a date. Okay, it says March of 2022. So almost 4 years ago. This is when I first started streaming. I think this was actually in the first couple of months that I had just started streaming. Besides Windows settings, are there any good audio programs to increase mic output volume? Whatever came with your microphone. I don't know what kind of mic you use. But yes, there's some stuff out there you can use. I think the Elgato Wave 3 has really good, from what I understand, they have really good EQ things. Like there's an app for it or whatever. And I don't think you actually have to have the microphone to use the program. So you could try that, but I don't really know. I'm not sure. For my microphone, I use my Astro Mix amp. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a trip down memory lane. All right, look how young I was. Oh my God. Here we go. It's called Spider. I don't know why, but watch this.
You want me to drive? I can drive.
No, hold on.
Oh, there's a spider.
Oh. Okay, well, we're not driving.
I'm on foot.
Look what you started.
I hear Metal's voice.
He's still going.
Adam Bombard. That was this guy's name.
No, he ain't.
Watch this nade.
Not for long.
Why would you do that?
Hey, we're gonna try it.
What is the purpose of that? It's not even my stream.
Because it's funny.
But I saw it. It was.
Drop it 240.
Wow, my face is really red right now.
Oh my goodness. Man, that nade was
Yeah, well, yeah. Wow. He was mad at me for days. He was mad at me. And every time he get in a vehicle, you beat down, don't hit me with a grenade. That was just perfect. But no, those are the only instances typically where there was any where there was any friendly fire. And it was just because we were fucking around. We didn't have anything to do. There, we hadn't seen anybody for a while. I think the game was pretty much full of bots at the time. I don't know. It was a lot of fun, man. But I forgot about. I used to partner with this company, Goat Guns. I forgot all about them, even though I had this sitting on my desk. Well, I was a partner with them for a while, and they sold these awesome fucking guns. But see, that one's got my nameplate on there. This is the Golden AK. Love this gun. I also got they had a little bulletproof vest, and I ended up giving that to my grandma because she's here actually. It fit her wine bottle just right, so to keep her wine protected. But yeah, this thing's badass, man. It actually can pull it back. Mag comes off. I think the mag comes off. Yeah, I don't want to break it. Everything works. It's pretty cool. I love this thing. But yeah, they I think they're still in business. I haven't seen them in a few years, but forgot all about that. This is what my stream used to look like way back in the day. Are you running Bart over? Oh, was that in DMZ? Was that in DMZ? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the last time he wasn't playing with, I think he was stream sniping me. He was trying to stream snipe, and he got really pissed because I hadn't seen him for a while. I hadn't seen him for a while, and I think he was trying to stream snipe us. I ran him over, and he got even more mad at me. And I think that was probably the last time I saw him. Was that video that you showed me? I'd show it to you guys, but I don't get any audio on this computer. I'm getting audio from my gaming PC, but my stream PC, I'm getting no audio. I don't know why. So that was great, man. All right. Let's do that. But they're just yeah, the good old days. Absolutely. Just we had so much fun. We had so much fun. I wish that game wouldn't have died out. It was just we had so much fun over there. It was just a blast. But I have a whole bunch of other clips here. I've been trying to find the perfect music to go back, and I did a video a few years ago. Actually, I think it was last year. I did a music video from The Lost Boys, I Still Believe, and I put some of my favorite clips in there, and I play that from time to time for you guys, and I love that video. I love that video. And I want to do another one, but I gotta find the right song, and I haven't found the right song yet. I Still Believe was perfect for that, but I don't have anything for another one. But I have plenty of clips. I have plenty of clips that I can put together for this. There was another one I was looking at here. You know, I was an asshole though. I here. Now you know what? I'm gonna have you guys. I'm gonna have you guys watch this one because now that I think about it, I was kind of an ass. Oh man, where's that last one? I had another great one, but I'm gonna play this one for you guys next. I love that clip. Idiot! I ran that bitch ass over. Oh my god, it's Bart. Yes, yeah. I was kind of mean to that guy. I think now that I see this clip here, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe it was me. Maybe I was just an asshole. I don't know. You guys can tell me. Some of you guys played with him, so I don't know. Was it me or was it him? I don't I don't know. Hold on just a second here. Where is it? It's in here.
Stay away from me.
This is me trolling him.
I can't see shit. I can't see shit again. What are you? Stop flashing me.
I'm picking up a smoke.
Oh my god. I'm swear to God. Next person that does it, I'm team killing him.
It's Corbin, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, he's too
way
far.
over here.
Beat down.
It ain't Corbin.
Thing is, I don't even have one, dude.
He's
Not
lying.
anymore, you don't.
I got a smoke and a molly. Notice how quiet beatdown is, like an 8-year-old. Snickering in the background.
I am so sorry. Yeah, it was me. Oh man, I miss Pat. I miss Pat. So we had so much fun in the morning. He'd be working at his computer because he worked from home, doing some things. But he would always be playing with me in the morning. And then he would take a phone call and he'd go comms off, and that guy would clutch. No comms in the middle of a conversation or in a meeting with his boss or something. The fucker would be playing and we had so much fun. Such a good time back then. Maybe you can tell that BD, that Delta Force will suck. What? Yeah, I can tell that. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That you might want to find another game to play right now. Or hey, enjoy DMZ for a short period of time because it's gonna die. That's what I would tell myself. Oh my god, yeah, those were some good days. Those are the good. We had a good time back then. That was a lot of fun. Gray zone clips? I don't think I have any gray zone clips. I don't think there's enough for me to clip, except for what you guys did. Let me see what I got. Oh, there's some gray zone shit here. Let's see what this is. No, that's nothing. I did that campfire thing that I put on a loop. I was trying to see if that would catch me. Nah, didn't really do shit. I have, let's see, I have temp videos here for gray zone. What do I have? A bunch of stupid shit. Nothing good. That one where I'm dragging you, there's no audio. That's the only problem with that one. It's just me dragging Smokey, but there's no audio at all. And then there's another one. Oh, when you guys couldn't see the guy up on the, here, I'll put this one on for you guys. So you guys can see this. Everyone thought I was fucking crazy. Everybody thought I was making shit up. This was they had a problem with AI. They would spawn in certain locations, but only for certain people. It was weird. And yeah, the guy on the roof. Yeah, let me show you, because no one believed me. No one believed me. Let's see if this one works. Nobody could see this guy except for me. I'm like, guys, he's over on the roof, and I'm trying to mark it on my map. He's on the roof. Had some shit gear on that day. So they're looking in that direction going, I don't see him. What are you talking about? What are you seeing? And I think we all died around that corner. Right after this, I think we jumped the fence to go in this area. Look at that guy. See, he was moving and everything. Yeah. So nobody believed me. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, it happened. It was there. Gray Zone AI was crazy. Yes, it's still pretty crazy, but they've toned it down. they made it, they balanced it out finally. So like those guys right there, they're wearing flip flops and you know they're just a bandana. Their aim isn't as good as the guys that were fully armored. You know, the actual military. So they've changed it and they've made it much better and much more accessible to newer players. It's not just a spawn and die situation. You still have to be careful, and you still will be killed by those guys, but it's not instant headshots anymore. As long as you keep your gun up and you're paying attention, you'll be fine. Must have been after some recreational gummies. Damn, no ammo. I had never had ammo. Always out, or I'd bring the wrong ammo. Here, see how the AI are now. They're pretty good. I like I was saying, I was screwing around on Friday night. I was waiting for someone to show up. And they're better. They're better now. They're not crazy anymore. That's the gray zone schizophrenia update. Yes. So yeah, I really want to get back into gray zone again. And now after watching this clip, like I'm ready. My body is ready. I just need some people to play with because I don't have anything else left to do. I did notice that I only have one phantom vest, so I need to go back to some higher tier areas and grab a couple more vests. But like, I have so many guns. I'm never going to use any of them. I kept a lot of them just because I wanted to try them out, but I'm very partial to my M4. I don't think there's really any other guns in the game that can do a better job than this. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to take pictures of things, give them away, sell them. I don't know. But I'm to the point now where I have way too much shit in my inventory. So it is what it is. When was the last reset? Fucking May. So they had a plan that every 6 months they were going to do a wipe with a big update. So we got 0.35 in October, and they were planning on having 0.4 in December. It was supposed to be November, and they got pushed back to December. And now they're saying it's going to be sometime this year. They're not saying when. I'm hoping at the end of January. But when 0.4 comes out, that's going to do a wipe. But you got to remember that, like, I only played, it was 6 weeks maybe, and that was off and on. If I would have stuck with it, I probably could have finished 192 tasks in 2 or 3 weeks if I was really grinding it out. But yeah, it didn't take me long. I think it was mid-June, and I had already hit level 192. So there's been really nothing for me and a lot of other people to do in Gray Zone. But when they did that last update and they did the wipe, the people came back, man. The people came back. Yeah, I think that was the second wipe. So they're planning every 6 months, but this last update is being pushed back because they want to make sure it's you know, it's good. They want to make sure it's the best possible thing that it can be. And they've also announced that they're going to start doing some more partnership and things like that. So I want to come back and I want to make this the game, because right now there's just nothing out there. There's nothing out there. But there's not a whole lot of incentive for me to play it because I've already done everything and there's only a handful more things that I can do. And I can't, no matter what I do, I can't get myself to wipe my own character. I can't do it. I've tried, and I sat there and I'm trying to push my finger, do it, and I can't do it. So I need them to do the wipe for me. Otherwise, I just can't do it. I can't. It's like deleting a game save. I can't do it. Hundreds of hours down the drain. I just can't do it, man. I don't have the willpower. I need them to force my hand. The leg breaker. I assume I got a lot of missions to do. Yeah, I'm sure. I think the last Smokey, I don't know how much Smokey's played since the last time him and I played together, but I think he was at like 130, 140, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then those were starting to get into Midnight Sapphire, all the big areas, Midnight Sapphire, Fort Nerith, and Tiger Bay. So, but I'm ready to go. I'm excited. It's probably you and me both, but I got to stop trying to base jump. You just got to take it slow. It can't be played like any other game. You're going to play it slow like Tarkov, even though it's not really like Tarkov. There's similarities there, but if you come in trying to play it like, you know, Call of Duty or Delta Force or Splitgate, you're going to try to play like Splitgate. Number one, you're going to run out of stamina in about 2 seconds, and 3, you're going to die. But yeah, as long as you play it slow, you take your time. It's not a race. Slow is smooth. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. If you just play it like that, the game, you'll have a great time with this game. It's so rewarding. The damn passport in the hotel. Oh, putting that thing behind the bar. Oh my God, getting into the hotel. I was the crazy fuck that went in there solo numerous times. And then we run into other people from other factions. We didn't see them on the map, which again, I think they need to change that. They should show factions as other colors. But man, going in there and then running into some another team, and I'm the solo guy going, oh my God, thank God I made it this far. Now these guys can help me get through the rest of it. And then they're like, wait, everyone's dead. There's nobody left. I'm down for some small mall runs. The mall runs are pretty easy. I got those down now. There's an easy way to get to the mall. There's an easy back entrance, and then you can just basically keep everyone contained in a small area upstairs. Kill like 20 of them, run across, kill the boss over there, and then open up the door, and you got all the loot. So again, I'll go anywhere. It doesn't matter to me. I'm down. I mean, I have so much loot and shit. I don't even care about dying at this point. I just want to have fun. Midnight Sapphire always sounds like a strip club. It does. And they will strip you. They will. It's a reverse strip club. You go there, you get stripped. That's how it works. Slow, smooth is fast. Absolutely. Last time I booted Gray Zone was November 13th, and I think that was only to check some settings. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I got in there and I would just kind of fuck around with people at base. You know, does anybody want to run, squad missions? No. Okay, you already got a full squad. Cool. And then I would like just troll people by jumping on their choppers and riding with them, and then not using any comms, and then just like running around, throwing weapons. I would just do stupid things. Take the helicopter back, fuck with some more people, get bored, and then shut it down. So I haven't really been in there doing anything like real in a long time. Except for the other day, I did go and check some things out. I went to the edge of the map in a couple different areas, and it's very interesting. I'll show you guys that when we boot up. But I had to reload since they replaced my hard drive. Just downloaded. Oh, nice. Oh, so your hard drive was bad? That was the issue? Yeah, glad you sent it in, man. It's glad I got it back now. I'll get some games with you. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're down to play, man. Again, I will be on tonight. The wife's gonna play some Sims and break in her new mouse and keyboard, and do some daily login shit that she's got to get done. And I'm gonna jump into some Gray Zone, and that's my plan. If I get any people to play in the morning, I'm thinking about running it in the morning. But again, I don't have any reason to play it. Just to run around for a couple hours, and that's kind of boring unless I have something to do. So I would love to play it again. I know Damn It Bennett plays, but his stream is usually different than mine or different times, and yeah. So I'm not sure. Hell yeah, I didn't realize how much I'd miss it. For the couple of days that my computer was down recently, I had what was it? What was the issue I had? I think it was the fans on my AIO went out. And then before that, my power supply went out. So I had to get that replaced. So I was without a computer a couple times for a few days. Dude, that sucked. That sucked. And I boot up my Xbox, and I'm like, what is this thing? Why do the graphics look like crap? Get this away from me, man. I'm gonna go read a book instead. Yeah, it sucked, man. I hate being without my gaming PC. Bennett runs full PvP though. F that. Yeah, he likes that. There's a handful of people that like just the PvP things. I don't see an incentive to PvP in the game. There really isn't one. I mean, I don't mind going in and dying, but at some point you're going to lose. You can't do the PvP anymore because you don't have any money to buy gear to go back in. So then you have to go in and try to, to make more money to buy the gear. And then you have to worry about people that are just there to ambush you. And it ends up just not being fun. Even for him, I watched him play and it just looks really frustrating. You can see it on his face. And Gray Zone just doesn't feel like a PvP game. I don't feel like there's any incentive or any reason to even play PvP. So, but that's why most people run PvE to join operations. Wipe account start over. School starts on Wednesday and I go back to no life during the day. Aw. Well, at least you had a couple weeks off. A couple good weeks to chill and do your thing. I'm not playing with him. Yeah, I mean, I would probably tag along. I would probably tag along with him, but it's not my normal thing to go PvPing and stuff like that in those types of games. There's got to be an incentive. There's got to be a reason for me to do that. I got to get something out of it. And if we're all PvPing, that means that there's a very good chance they don't have any good gear because they did the same thing I did. They died. They went and grabbed some cheap gear. They came back to shoot somebody in the face. So there's no. I don't know. Maybe they need to do like an arena thing. Where you can go meet people at like certain areas, like these forward operating bases. Maybe they have like an arena there where we can all meet up and then you can fight 1v1 people in like a paintball arena type thing or something. I don't know. I just don't see it in this game. All jokes aside, I struggle with a friendly fire when PvP is turned on. Everyone is the same to me. I agree. I hear Portal Arena Reloaded is making an effort to build upon itself. I haven't checked it out, but I guess they released a roadmap to game or some. Okay, so let me tell you a story about Arena Breakout. Whatever this. Yeah. So Splitgate. Oh, you're talking about Arena Reloaded. So unless you're talking about Splitgate. Arena Breakout Reloaded or whatever. That's that. I don't play that game. I haven't played it since they released it. But for Splitgate is pretty much dead. I tried playing it over the weekend. I was waiting almost 5 minutes to get into a game, and the amount of cheaters in that game is absolutely insane. I was running into a cheater every other game. It was ridiculous. So that game's fucked. Those poor people. I feel bad for them. I read up a little bit more on the story of Splitgate and what's happening. And apparently the CEO or the guy, the main guy, he decided over the summer when they had to let people go because that release was terrible. He decided not to take a salary. So he's been working for free, thinking that like December when they re-released it was going to blow up, and it didn't. I feel bad for them because I think it's a really good game. I think they're doing something good with it, but it's too niche. There's just not enough there. And adding a battle royale that people hated over the summer is probably not the way to go. I don't know. I think it's too late for them. Just like Firebreak, I think it's just they had their opportunity, they squashed it, they squandered it. It didn't happen. That's it. But I did pump some money into that. I threw $40 their way again. I tried to support a game that I thought was very interesting, innovative, and fun, and it just kind of burned my ass. This is why I don't do this, guys. Trust your gut, except for when you're hungry. Always trust your gut. My gut was telling me that this game was gonna have problems, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna see it through, and I got burned. Oh well, I can think of worse ways to burn money though, like literally burning money. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. No, you're okay. You had when you said Portal, I'm like Splitgate, and then I saw the Arena Reloaded. I'm like, because we are talking about a Tarkov-y type game, which Gray Zone's not Tarkov, but yeah. I had no wait for Splitgate over the weekend, but I only ran 1 or 2 maps at a time. I gotcha. Yeah, this is Friday night, Saturday night. I can't remember. I don't think I played games Saturday night. I don't think I played games the last 2 nights. So it was Friday. I think it was Friday night before I jumped on Gray Zone. Danny Bot, how you doing? Good afternoon. Oof. I have a good day. I like 1 cup of tea, 2 coffees, some chicken tikka bites with rice, and some ice cream. Good Lord. Someone's going to have a upset belly. Going to have an upset tummy. Today was a good day. Cajun seasoning too. My God, did you just put the Cajun seasoning right on the ice cream there? That's unfortunate. Yeah. The waiting for the games, I get it because they have like I think less than 1,000 people playing at any given time. I get it. I make sense. But the cheaters, the cheating, man. We only experienced it a couple of times when we were playing together the first few days, and it's to be expected. But it was like every other game. Every other game was fucking ridiculous. No, but I washed and used same bowl. There you go. Maybe I didn't even wash it really. It doesn't matter. It's all ending up in your belly anyhow. It's all ending up right here combined. It doesn't separate. Whenever my kids would complain that something was touching another thing on their plate, I'm like, where do you think it all goes? When you eat it, it doesn't separate in your stomach and stay separated. It's all going to mix together. You might as well just mix it all right now and then eat it. Yeah, that's gross. Sorry. These are the facts, kids. These are the facts of life. Waited a couple hours for the ice cream. I got you. Okay, everything that you ate in that. Okay, got it. We made some pretty good food over the weekend as well. The wife is really pushing for Mediterranean food lately. So we made a couple things, and I put some in the Only Pans. One of the things we made there, which was the garlic beans, cilantro, lime rice, and lemon encrusted salmon. It was so fucking good. And it was like $6 a plate. After we did the math, like if you ate that at a restaurant, number one, it'd be a lot of processed food that was just kind of warmed up in a fucking microwave and thrown on a plate for you. It probably would have been $25-$30 for that plate of food right there. And it cost us $6 to make that per plate. Awesome. So you can live and you can eat well on a budget if you just know how to do it. It might be facts, but I agree with the kids. Yeah, it's gross going down. Yeah, no, trust me, I get it. But how else are you supposed to get your kids to eat after it's already touched it? Because they want a whole new plate with all new food. Like, no, we're not playing this game. Well, for $5, you could get 3 lots of chicken tikka bites for that. Nice. They said it was their Christmas specials. I got you. Where do you get those at? Where do you purchase that at? Yeah, you had so yesterday you had a cup of tea, 2 coffees, chicken tikka bites with rice, and some ice cream. So did you go to a restaurant or something? Is that what you're saying? Or did you make that yourself? My wife went to Halo Burger. You guys ever heard of Halo Burger? It's big up here in Michigan. Over the weekend we had some stuff going on. We didn't have a chance to make a lunch because we were shopping. We're out and about doing a bunch of stuff, and the wife dropped the daughter off at work, and I was shoveling and doing some stuff around the house. So she came home with a bag of burgers, and I'm like, but in a pinch, you got to do what you got to do. She got us both an olive burger. The burgers were $7 each. $7 for a fucking fast food burger. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's not even real food. $7? I'm telling them, I'm like looking at the wife going, man, we could have got all the ingredients and made this ourselves on the grill outside. And that's crazy to me. Bowl is meta, plate suck. Place Iceland tikka bites was frozen, but like you say, get 3 bags for $5. I got you. Okay, so you're in Iceland. I got you. That's not a bad day. That's not a bad deal. 3 bags of tikka bites for $5, or you can't even get a bag of chips over here for $5. Things are so expensive they got rid of the penny. like pennies are worthless anymore. Like change. Like my daughter, she comes home from work and she like takes the change and just throws it on the counter. She's like, I just want the dollar bills. I don't want the change. Like nobody wants change. I find change on the ground all the time. People just throw change out the window. It's crazy. Like it all adds up to the dollars. But just this generation, they just don't care about the change. They don't care about that the coins. They don't like coins. I don't know. It's weird. When I was a kid, I remember my grandpa always had a full fucking pocket full of change. He'd walk around, ching, 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 ching. You think he was a cowboy, 20 pounds of fucking pennies and quarters in his pocket, which I don't carry cash, period, anymore. I'm all digital guy. But I used to carry a little bit of cash. I have 20 on me. I have an emergency $100 bill in my wallet just in case, things like that. I don't do that anymore. But I'd always, I'd have a couple quarters. I had some change in my pocket, and I didn't care. When I got home, I throw it in a bowl, and then and I'd go, But that was when I carried cash. I don't carry cash anymore. I don't ever hand people cash anymore. It's weird. Fast food is useless these days. It's no longer cheap or convenient. No, and you just feel like shit the rest of the day. It's just garbage, man. The superstore was called Iceland, lol, somewhere in the UK. Well, I got you. Okay. Want the funniest part of that? You're in the UK. Okay, thank you. Which I learned the other day that the UK is everybody but Southern Ireland. The UK is everybody in that area except for Southern Ireland. My apologies. They stopped making the penny, right? Yes. As a matter of fact, there's credit unions in the area here that they'll double for every penny you bring them, they'll double it and put that into your checking or savings account. So I don't know if they're trying to help get the penny off the street, or if they're trying to gobble up all the pennies for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They're doubling it to bring the pennies to get the pennies off the street. Hell yeah. They had a change purse back in the day. Maybe it's owned by Iceland. Who knows? I don't know though. I don't know either. I never even heard of it. I've heard of Iceland water, but we're in the States. I hadn't even heard of a Piggly Wiggly until a few years ago. Yeah. People here have never heard of Ralph's or Albertsons or El Polo Loco or Wiener Schnitzel or In-N-Out Burger. I'm from Sizzler Steakhouse. I'm from the West Coast originally, so these are all places I remember. Let's see. I guess what they're releasing this year for the 250th anniversary, you got it in a new penny design. Oh, are they? I heard that they're. I think it's a rumor. It's got to be. There's no way that supposedly Trump was going to get his face on a dollar bill for the 250th. Like, doesn't that typically, don't you have to be dead to get your face on currency? Isn't that how it works? I mean, in the States. I mean, not other countries. I mean, I know it works in certain countries. It's different, but I just thought that was funny. I know I'm being trolled. There's no way that's a real thing. Pennies are completely worthless. Can always be weapons with a pair of socks. Amen to that. Remember a little rubber one that you would squeeze and it would open? Yeah, you talk about the little change purse things. Yeah, I still have one. I have like a memory box that I think everyone has a memory box with a lot of like treasures that I had when I was a kid and a couple things that I saved from when my kids were little. I have some of their stuff too they don't know about. But yeah, I still have one of those. It was a blue one. I think Northern Ireland chose to stay as part of Europe, or it was Southern Ireland. Can't remember. I think I looked it up because I was telling the wife that, and she's like, "What?" She was under the impression that every Ireland, Scotland, and Great Britain or England, they were all the UK. So I told her that. I was like, "No," they told me the day that that Southern Ireland. So we looked it up together, and sure enough, that's the truth. That's what happened. So, you can't. That area is not all UK. It's the UK and Southern Ireland. So that's crazy. I didn't know that. I learned something new. Yeah, there's only Northern Ireland or Ireland. Yeah, that one. Shit used to get them a Pep Boys back in the day. We had a Pep Boys here for a very short period of time. It did not take well. Pep Boys did not do well here. It only lasted 2 or 3 years, but when I was like, no shit, the Pep Boys, I haven't seen them forever. My grandpa used to take me there when I was a kid. We always get parts there. And my wife was like, what the fuck is a Pep Boys? And I was like, what? So I took her in there. I think I bought one of the bobbleheads for the, because they look like the Marx Brothers, the Pep Boys. I went and I got a bobblehead for one of them. But they didn't last here very long in Michigan. I think it was just the one location, and it died quickly. But yeah, Pep Boys in California, that was a big thing, man. Hell yeah. Price Club, just to name a few. Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box. Yeah, we don't have those out here. Simone rides you ass a few pennies out the window, gets some back up pretty. Someone rides you ass a few pennies. Oh yeah. I know guys that use pennies when they're on their Harleys. Pennies and ball bearings. They keep, some people will keep them in their pockets, or they have like a pouch somewhere on their bike. If a car is traveling, if it's riding their ass, they'll reach in, they'll throw pennies back at them or drop ball bearings, and they do a lot of damage. I've seen this stuff. And part of the reason why I don't ride anybody else's ass, because you never know what's going to come out of their vehicle. Usually cigarette butts. No, I told you this. Yeah, it was Mark for life. There you go. Mark knew. Yes, you're being trolled. There's a law in the U.S. to prevent monarchy-like action that only dead people on money. Yeah, I mean, but the laws don't stop a lot of what happens right now. I mean, there's a lot of what is the law? What truly is the law? What exactly is the law? You know. So I mean, and I think this guy in office, I think his whole thing is it's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission, and he doesn't care about either one of them. He's going to do what he wants to do. So he worries about blowback later. He doesn't care. He just does what he wants to do, and he'll let the courts decide. And when they don't allow it, he'll go to his Supreme Court and he'll get them to overturn it. So who knows? U.S. not us, not use. Spark plugs work great to keep cars back on when on the bike. Spark plugs, dude. I thought ball bearings and pennies were dangerous, dude. That's really dangerous. You're talking about shit that will go through a windshield and probably kill somebody. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be throwing those. I would already have a hard enough time with ball bearings and pennies, but I mean, yeah, you got to get them off your fucking ass. I've been hit on a bike before. It's not fun. And of course, the person that hit me was doing this, trying to drive. Yeah, watched it happen. I watched this lady hit me, looking in my mirror, going, stop, 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 fuck. Yeah. Anyhow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, it is 12:47 on January 5th. It's, thank God it's Monday, right? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Never mind. I saw the wife had already messaged me. With all the technology today, there's no excuse to be on your phone. You can use your voice. I agree that you should be on your phone, period. Period. That text can wait. That, you know, if you need to take a phone call, you can do it right on your dash. I mean, most cars built 2010 on have some type of Bluetooth on the screen and, you know, whatever, hands-free something or other. But it's texting. Or trying to get directions, trying to get directions while they're driving instead of pulling over, getting it all set up. I see a lot of, I'm starting to see tablets, people that have tablet holders in their windshield with big fucking tablets. And I used to get tickets for having a radar detector or something hanging from my rear view mirror. I had a necklace hanging from the rear view mirror one time. I got pulled over and got a ticket because they said it was distracting. You can't have things in your windshield because it could cause an accident. Now I see people with tablets and phones hanging in their fucking windows. I see people with fucking headphones on driving down the road. Like, it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy. It's just the Wild West out there anymore. And the cops don't do anything about it. They don't care. They don't give a shit. We still have, because of, you know, COVID, it was the norm to drive around without plates on your car. I see cars without plates all the time. Like, it's just crazy, man. I don't ride a motorcycle, but I've hit the front brakes plenty of times back in the day on the old mongoose head over heels. I think Trump just nabbed a leader and talked shit about it for an hour. an hour pieces of paper that say can't do this, doesn't concern him. Probably, I don't know. Hands free, but cops can roll around with a 20-inch screen. Oh yeah. But it's down. It's not in there. You know, it's down off to the side. So they still drive and they can look over and do what they got to do. But it's not in their vision while they're driving. I see these guys with fucking iPads in their windshield. Like, how do you see? Number one cause of accidents. One day I took an Uber. This guy had a full-size iPad playing Russian jail videos. Yeah. That's scary, man. I have 2 cop buddies on my trivia team. They pull those people over. Good. They need to. So when I was in car stereo installation 7 years ago now, in the early 2000s, 25 years ago now, they had the double din radios where the screen would slide out and come up. When we installed those things, there was a wire that we had to attach to the parking brake, where the screen would only function. It would only work if the parking brake was on. If you had it in park and the parking brake was on or whatever, and the screen would, as soon as you put it in drive or whatever, then the screen would go black, because it was their way of making sure that you stayed legal. But whenever we had issues with those radios, people would bring them back to us. They had cut the wire. They would find out what wire it was, or maybe it was the other text that were showing them. Got to do it now. When you get home, right there, buddy. They would cut that wire so that their screen was always functioning no matter what they were doing. They'd be playing Jackass videos and shit on while they're driving down the road. They'd be like, "Hey, it's Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. Oh shit, I haven't seen this one yet." Yeah, bad news. Cops text and drive while typing on laptop. Oh yeah. Just like anything else, Big Al Mac, there's people out there that abuse their power. There's always going to be people that abuse their power. Same with the cops that use their lights so they can get someplace quicker. Yeah, there's no emergency. I'm just going to utilize my lights, which is illegal. I'm going to use my lights to jump to the head of the line or get around traffic or whatever, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is. But who's going to police the police? Nobody. I actually considered being a police officer at one point when I was, what do I want to do after I've retired from sales? What do I want to do? And I thought about doing, and I was like, I would be so corrupt. I just know me. I would be so corrupt. In all good conscience, I can't do that to the community around here. Me being a police officer in this area would be bad. So I won't do that. I prevent myself from doing that. Yeah, we bypassed that wire back in the day. Smokey was one of them. Smokey was one of them. But not in those days, because let's see, you're 10 years younger than I am, so you would have been 11. when I was installing these things, you would have been 11. So it was a couple years after that. We had music videos loaded up on the USB stick watching while hotboxing. Oh yeah. My uncle's was deputy chief, and my other uncle is an active detective. Now, so that right there, that I would have loved to be a detective. I think I would have done very, very well as a detective. I see things other people don't see. Very observant. I see things before they happen. I see things as they're happening. I see things differently than other people. It's weird. Just wired differently or something. And I always tell my wife, if I could have been, but the problem is you can't get into that position until you've been a street cop for a while, and I can't be a street cop. Because I would be a detective for Vice, and it would be bad news. All those movies you see, all the crooked cops. Detective Beatdown on the scene, that's right. ADHD for the win, yeah. That's right. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be a crooked cop over here for a little while before we go south. Well, at least you're honest about it. I'm honest about everything, really. I'm just a very honest person, and that gets me into trouble sometimes. I'm pretty good at laying it on. My grandma's amazing at being able to say things that most people can't say without offending the person. And I think that's really where I get my silver tongue from, is my grandma, because she just has this ability with people that I'd never seen anywhere else. And I got a little bit of that from her. And it's amazing. Sometimes where I'm just brutally honest and it gets me in trouble, and other times I can be brutally honest, but I can say it in such a nice way, like my grandma does, where they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine." Other times people want to fucking punch me. So it is what it is, though. It's hard for me to keep my mouth shut when I see things. So, training day, beating up old Snoop in the wheelchair, popping bullets out the chamber. Desk pops. Day one desk pops. Oh, man. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. It's almost 1 o'clock now. Again, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you still have something on your wish list that you want to buy through Steam, you have 5 minutes left to make that purchase. Otherwise, you have to wait until the spring sale, and who knows if it's going to be the same discount. I've got everything I need. I'm good for now. All the games I'm looking forward to come out in March, April, May, literally. So I don't think there's anything coming out this month or next month that I'm really interested in, but I want to get back into Gray Zone. I will be on tonight. If anybody's interested, look for me. If we're not friends on Steam, which I found out that there's a handful of you guys I'm not friends with on Steam for some reason, send me an invite. This is how you spell it. Okay. That right there. That. Look me up that way right there on Steam. Send me a friend's invite, and I will. I'll grab that from you, so that we're ready to play. But I will be on later tonight, right around 7 o'clock ish, 8 o'clock ish for a little bit. So if you see me, jump in, throw me an invite. I'd love to get some games with you. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Okay. I'll be on for 7-ish. I'll hop in your Discord when you get on. Okay, that sounds good. Everyone else, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. It was a great Monday. Hopefully it's going to be a better Monday. It's actually 35 degrees right now, which is double what it's been in the last week. So I'm going to go outside and see if I can get into some trouble, get a few things done around the house, and I'll be gaming later tonight. So I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace the fuck out.